Let's turn to Canada now, where Justin Trudeau is getting exposed again. Not by India, though. This time, by the Canadian media. Let me show you a new report by the Globe and Mail. It says Canadian officials leaked intelligence on India to US media, specifically the Washington Post. We're talking about secret documents here, documents that were embargoed by security agencies. Yet Canada leaked those documents to the Washington Post. Two officials were involved in this leak. Both of them have been outed. The first is Nathalie Drouin. She is National Security Advisor to Justin Trudeau. The second is David Morrison. He is the Deputy Foreign Minister of Canada. We are talking about two very senior officials here, people very close to the Prime Minister. If they have leaked something, it means Trudeau signed off, or at least he was aware of it. Earlier this month, these officials spoke to Washington Post. They revealed information on the Khalistan case. Of course, the Washington Post ran with it. They published their piece on October 14th. It linked India to the murder of a Sikh man in Winnipeg. It also singled out Home Minister Amit Shah, the Home Minister of India. The report talked about him. Clearly, Trudeau's ministers told them about all of this, that too without evidence, because Canadian police have not named Amit Shah, nor have they drawn links to the killing in Winnipeg. So the point of this leak was to smear India. And that's not even the worst part. Trudeau willingly allowed intelligence on India to be leaked, but he was livid when intel on China was leaked. He called it a criminal act. Listen to this.
The issue with the criminal who leaked this information is they got it wrong in what they leaked. And regardless of what's in the newspapers or not, it is incumbent upon a serious, responsible government not to react to partisan attacks or erroneous but salacious headlines.
So leaks on China are bad, but leaks on India are fine. Is it because you authorized this one, or because the China leak puts you in a bad light? That's the only explanation. And this isn't a first for Justin Trudeau. He has repeatedly gone easy on China. He has downplayed their meddling in Canadian politics. But what does he object to? Indian media's commentary. If we call out Justin Trudeau's vote bank politics, it is meddling. If we call Hardeep Singh Nijjar a terrorist, it is meddling. If we say Canadian diplomats seem frustrated, it is meddling. Apparently, only anti-Trudeau stuff counts as interference. If you slam the opposition, it's all fine. We saw that during the recent hearings in Canada. Trudeau was called up to testify. He justified the actions of Chinese diplomats in Canada. He said it's part of what they do.
The fact that Chinese diplomats are categorizing MPs and their outreach abilities into those three categories is not itself particularly revelatory or new information to me. It is fairly obvious and a part of what diplomats do in all countries in all parts of the world.
The screws are turning on Trudeau. Even India realizes this. Reports say the government is planning a new strategy, the government of India. The plan is to share details of Khalistani extremists with the Five Eyes. Now, Five Eyes is a Western intelligence group. It includes the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Britain. 5. Trudeau has used the Five Eyes to put pressure on India. So what does New Delhi do? Flip the script. Give details about Khalistanis in Canada to the same Five Eyes. Indian officials have not confirmed this plan yet, but it sounds like an interesting one. And the bad news does not end for Trudeau. His party rebellion is growing. Today, the Prime Minister will attend a closed-door meeting. A lot of his lawmakers are expected to question his leadership, to ask him to step down. Their argument is quite simple. We have elections coming up next year. If a no-confidence motion succeeds, maybe even sooner. And if Trudeau stays on, the Liberal Party, his party, will lose. Opinion polls are very clear about that. So some MPs want Justin Trudeau to step aside. They want to fight the elections under a different leadership. I guess that means his plan failed. Trudeau wanted to divert attention using the Nijjar case, but his party is having none of it. He stands vulnerable, exposed, and isolated.
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election. explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained. Every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.